Do anything.
May they sit, Mr. President?
It's not loaded.
You may sit. Gentlemen of the public, please introduce yourselves to the gallery.
Major Robert McLaren, His Majesty 64th Regiment of Foot.
Sir,
Lieutenant McMillan, 42nd Royal Highland Regiment.
Major Malcolm McWilliam, 42nd Grenadier.
Major Gillespie with 19th Regiment of Foot. Major George Berry of the Rangers.
gentlemen, you may be seated. Bring the prisoner to the dock.
Here he is.
Are you Sheriff Henry Jenkins of Westmoreland County?
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you the civil authority in that jurisdiction?
Yes, sir.
That's doubtful.
I am the
Quiet your
civil
tongue.
authority. Civil authority.
So, did you obtain a warrant of arrest for this prisoner?
Yes, I did.
And he is your prisoner?
Yes, sir.
Do you hereby turn him
That,
over?
sir, is a forged
Mind
document.
your tongue!
Sir,
Mind
you
your
are
tongue!
bound, sir, and you will be bound around your mouth. Do you wish to suffer that indignity?
I've
Now
suffered
turn-
enough indignities at the hand of this
That's
court
it.
already.
Do you wish to turn this prisoner over to His Majesty's jurisdiction?
I think I have him in hand.
Very well. You may be excused, sir. I will call you as a witness later. This General Court Martial is hereby convened by virtue of warrants from His Excellency. Sir, please sit.
I shall not sit before a body of men as these.
Well then, be still, sir. Is this man drunk?
He's drunk with who knows what, some rebel liquor.
Very well. This court martial is hereby convened by virtue of warrants from His Excellency Sir Henry Clinton of the Most Honorable Order of Bath, General and Commander Chief of all of His Majesty's forces from colonies laying in the Atlantic Ocean from Nova Scotia to West Florida inclusive, etc., etc., etc. Sir, I hereby advise you that pursuant to the Articles of War, you may put on a defense with any relevant testimony and evidence. You will be permitted to cross-examine the Crown's witnesses. You at no time shall ever be compelled to give evidence that might incriminate you. Do you understand? Will you be sworn, sir?
Speak! I'll be sworn.
If you wish to give testimony, you must be sworn.
I'll be sworn.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give before this court-martial to be the truth, the whole truth, and only the truth, so help you God?
Aye.
Very well. My name is Captain Black. I am from the Judge Advocate's office assigned to this matter. Do you have any objection to the proceeding?
You do look a bit nefarious.
Mind your tongue, Harry. Have respect for this.
Do you wish to present counsel in your defense?
I will present no counsel, I will represent myself, but I shall call witnesses.
Very well, sir. I would ask that the jury please stand to be sworn.
Before we begin, I wish this man to be seated by any means possible. You
I
must
shall not
stand,
sit,
Then you will lay.
not be seated.
I think the sentry needs to come in.
You can find your feet as well, sir.
It's fine. It's fine.
Gentlemen, do you solemnly swear that you will duly administer justice according to the rules and articles for the better government of His Majesty's forces, without partiality, favor, or affection, and if any doubt shall arise which is not explained by said articles or act of Parliament, according to your conscience and to the best of your understanding of the customs of war and in like cases?
I so swear.
Very well. Mr. President, I would ask you now to please swear me in as the Judge Advocate.
You solemnly swear that you will and truly present truthful evidence before the tribunal, to the best of your abilities, absent any bias and malice towards the prisoner, until the guilt or innocence of the accused is determined by this court-martial according to the evidence of the matter now before you.
I will, sir.
I smell brandy on his breath.
So I warn you, you will be bound about the mouth if you continue and persist in this course.
Captain Black, and if I may, Mr. President, Sir, permit me to address you for a moment. I understand full well the contempt for which you hold lawful, orderly government that is imposed on these colonies. However, I appeal to you as a man who sees himself as an officer. Please consider that you are sitting among your peers and show the proper discipline that one would expect of a military officer.
Thank you, Major. Do you confess to being Captain Mitchell Lee of the rebel unit, the 1st New York?
A free American unit, under a free Congress, in a free country, not a colony, ruled by a tyrant king,
Do you
with laws that are made.
Sir!
You will hold your tongue.
Sir, perhaps the gavel will desist occasionally with this man. I know not.
You asked the question, I gave a fair answer.
Do you confess to being Mitchell Lee, sir?
That is my given name.
Very well.
And I do hold the rank in the Continental Army.
Yes or no will suffice.
Therefore, this court-martial being duly assembled and sworn doth charge the prisoner with being guilty of the crime of holding correspondence and giving intelligence to the enemy, which is hereby treason to His Majesty King George III. Do you understand the charge laid to you?
Yes or no will suffice.
I understand no
Therefore-
such charges from a court as this.
Well, do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Very well, your plea of not guilty shall be entered. This prisoner was found with letters from the rebel Henry Knox and documents from the very commander of this garrison in his possession. You will hear testimony here that this rebel, masquerading as a trader from Niagara to Albany, was housed at the Red Tavern. A warrant was issued to search his premises, and not only were these documents discovered under the King's cipher, this uniform which he now wears was found at the bottom of a trunk, in a false bottom, mind you. He is a spy and a traitor and should be hanged immediately, as the evidence will still show. Having entered his plea, the Crown will now proceed with this case. Mr. President, may I now call my first witness?
Yes, you may.
Crown calls Sheriff Jenkins, Sheriff of Westmoreland County. Sir, do you swear that the testimony you shall give before this tribunal shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
And you understand the nature of an oath?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Please be seated. I ask you, sir, to look at this document and tell me, is this the warrant you obtained from the magistrate of Westmoreland County?
Yes, it is, sir.
Does this?
Can this man even read? Ask him to read it.
Sir, I was sure.
Can you read?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Please let him read from the document.
I submit that this document be accepted into evidence.
This satisfies.
Thank you. And sir, with this warrant in hand, did you in fact go to the Red Tavern and search the room of one Mitchell Lee?
Yes, sir.
Please tell these honorable gentlemen what you found in that room.
Sir, as I entered the tavern, some other citizens of true nature.
Speak up.
As I entered the
Sheriff,
tavern,
if you could direct your remarks to the gallery and speak
as
up.
I entered the tavern, other.
And what was the nature of your...
Sir! Sir, you will have your turn. Unlike rebel law, you will have the king's law. And you will have your turn.
I immediately went to his room, where I discovered rather few suspicious documents. And then, knowing people of such nefarious character, I searched more closely into his room, and I found a trunk. I opened the trunk, took my rifle, hit the false bottom, it opened, and there exposed that rag at the bottom of it. This blue rag right here, Continental officers.
Are you certain that this
Yes,
is the
sir.
uniform you found in the
It is
false
the
bottom?
exact I put a mark on the inside to make sure.
Where's the mark?
Right here on the column. There.
There it is. I ask that the tribunal take note of the mark,
It's not been out of my sight since I appropriated it.
and you've had custody of this prisoner since then
Yes,
as well. Very well.
How much will you pay for this
Hey!
testimony?
Oi!
10 shillings.
Sir,
Here it is,
quiet!
10 shillings.
Does the tribunal have any questions for the sheriff?
It is common custom, of course, to
Yes, sir.
Sir, any further questions for the sheriff?
I have one.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the circumstances in which the warrant was?
Silence!
Certain people noticed some rather peculiar behavior of Mr. Lee, which drew us toward him.
So his activities had drawn suspicion
Yes,
upon
sir.
him, and that caused the issuance of the warrant.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I would note, thank you, Major. I would note that the grounds for reasonable cause are set forth in the warrant. However, I will be calling witnesses to establish the reasonable cause to search his premises for your edification and for your determination.
Judge Advocate.
Yes,
I
sir.
see a weapon in the courtroom. I wish that sentry would take that weapon from that man.
Sentry sees that weapon.
Immediately.
That man is my doctor.
Would you please
And you're
shut
alive.
your trap?
Let me have the weapon, sir.
Sir,
The weapon right there. What do you think, I'm blind?
Call the sentry to take this man out.
Oh, yes.
sir, before we allow the prisoner to question the sheriff, I wish to confirm also, in addition to the documents, Mr.
Yes,
that you pulled from the trunk,
yes,
did you also find this letter from that rascal, Henry Knox?
yes. This is right on top of the regimental jacket.
I ask that the